All right, I
We're
think we're live. Let me double check.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, I think we are. I think we're good, Elsie.
Okay, cool.
So you can turn that volume down. And then I will play some music and we're going to go live from Instagram.
Okay. So it will tell me when you're about to. I don't think I've ever done Instagram Live with somebody, so I don't know.
Yes, so I will request you.
Okay. And then I'll go in on there.
in.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me know.
All right,
I guess I'll
got
see
you.
it.
Okay. Hey, y'all, we about to be live everywhere. Y'all know we got to set up before the show. But hello to all my YouTube followers, subscribers, viewers, all that good stuff. Happy Tuesday, Back Talk Tuesday. And we're about to go live from Instagram. We are live. Hello and welcome to Get Into the Bag. I am your host and founder, Embrielle Coleman, and this podcast is brought to you by Columbus Black and Bio. Columbus Black serves to be the primary source of communication in Columbus, Ohio. So make sure you're following them on all social media platforms. And Mile, making your life entertaining, is the next generation of software where you can curate your own experiences with just the tap of a finger. It's easy, free to use, and when you're looking for things to do, places to go, and places to eat, just Mile it. Hey y'all, happy Tuesday, Back Talk Tuesday. We have Elsie on the YouTube. We're about to get her on the live. So just vibe out. I hope y'all voted because y'all know we might have a little bit of beef if y'all didn't vote, especially after last week. Okay.
I think yours is echoing, girl. Okay.
There we go.
Hi, fam.
Hey, girl. Make sure we are good here. Hey, y'all. I hope y'all voted. Make sure y'all put a little something in the chat if y'all voted. Elsie, did you vote?
So I don't think I'm registered to vote in Maryland, so I did not.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you that because you just got there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You just got there. So, I ain't gonna turn up on you. But everybody else on the live, let me know if y'all voted today. Especially after last week's episode with Imani. That was a great political episode, educational episode. So I hope that you used your resources today because the polls are about to close if you didn't. Mm-hmm. But we are live and it is showtime. So
excited.
And I could tell you was too, like Elsie, y'all, we have been like texting back and forth talking about the show since like last week. So I knew you were excited and I love that.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about everything.
Yes, Miss New Business and everything else going on. So we're gonna get into it. Give us an introduction. How are you today? Tell us where you're from, all of that good stuff.
Okay, so my name is Elsie Ansong, as most of you guys may know. I was born in Bronx, New York. I was raised in Columbus, Ohio, and now I live in Silver Spring, Maryland, about 20 minutes from DC. I'm 26, and currently my job is operations manager for this nonprofit for adults and children with disabilities. So I've been working with them for like a couple months now. Prior to that, I did work for the county government as a program manager. So, and then on the side, of course, I have my event planning business. I just launched on my birthday in September. And it's luxuriously curated events. I actually just launched the website this morning. So I don't know if we can pin that somewhere, but yeah.
Oh, that's going to be in the show notes for sure. Honey.
Okay, cool.
Sure. I just love how you just threw that in on the end. Like, oh yeah, I used to be a program manager, nonprofit worker. Oh yeah. And on the side, I have my business. So real cute. That's a boss. That's a baddie. Hey y'all. Hey Jada. Hey Crystal. Shout out to my bobcat.
See how they say I'm a baddie. Don't forget that part.
Thank y'all for joining my live tonight. So y'all know I'm big on goals, right? I'm big on professional goals. I'm big on personal goals. This is a new month. We're still at the beginning. So give me one of your professional goals and one of your personal goals.
Okay, so professional goal for this month. I guess I mainly focused on my business. So, for example, my website I was doing, my goal was actually to launch it by today. So that got completed, thank God. Secondly, just, posting more on there, engaging more and getting people to, see my site, things like that. And then trying to get my LLC, working on that as we speak as well. And also just working on contracting with some vendors in the DMV as well as Ohio and New York. I have a couple people I've worked with like in the past, so I'm trying to make like a contract so that we're all on the same page. So I'm going to be working on that this month. And then personal goals. So as you guys know, I had a party last month and it was not cheap. So I'm trying to re-up on my finances for my party. My savings is looking a little, hurt right now, but I'm working on that. I actually did get a second job to kind of like get back to where I was. And then, yeah, that's really kind of it for personal, really, just getting my finances back together.
Yeah, and that party looked lit. We are going to talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
I think my invite got lost in the mail, but you know what? It's okay because the mail has been tripping. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chalk that up to that of that.
But you also live in Ohio, so it's okay.
LC, I saw so many people from so many different states. Let's not. But you know what? No shade. It's okay.
No shade, no shade.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So before we get into our segment, I love my new segment called Break the Ice. So the question I have for you tonight. So say you're independently wealthy, which you will be very soon. What would you do if you didn't have to work all the time? What would you do with your time?
Honestly, I would travel. I love traveling. I wish I could do it more. My aunt's actually a travel agent, so she'd be, getting the discounts and all that stuff. I would really travel. Like I would spend a lot of time just seeing what God has created and just exploring everything. So that's what I would do if I didn't have to work, to be honest.
Where's your favorite place to go? In the country and out the country?
Out the country, I really like the Caribbean. Jamaica was a good time. I went to Curacao. That was a great time. I haven't been to like St. Martin or any of the saints, but I've always wanted to go there. Ghana, of course, that's home. So definitely will go there. And then another place I really wanted to go to that people talk about is like Thailand, Bali area. So that's also where like I would definitely want to explore.
I heard Bali is really nice and I heard it's really cheap too. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I heard too. So we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day when we get our finances up. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you told me you had a party, you've been working, you launched your website, what else has been going on? What other tea you got to spill for me tonight?
Honestly, just adulting for real, besides working the 2 jobs, working on my website. My brother is graduating in December. And, now that my family knows I'm the official event planner, they're like, we're leaving that on you. So I've been working on that, trying to see what, like I want to do for him, if he wants like a party, or I don't really know what he wants really, but we're working on that. And then also I'm taking a trip next month.
Now, Elsie.
Okay, but this trip was already planned like a while ago. Like,
okay, where?
So hopefully going back home, God willing. So preparing for that as well. And yeah, just enjoying life.
Enjoying life, a little bit of adulting in there too. Yeah, I love it. So let's get on this party. Like I said last month, it looked lit.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it looked like a great time. In your opinion, what was the best part about your party?
Honestly, for me, just seeing all my friends come together. Like, I had, like you said, people from Ohio, Texas, New York,
just rub it in.
Minnesota, I had a bunch of friends come from all over, and then they got to meet all my friends I have here. And I was really worried about like everyone getting along, But when I tell you, like, everyone meshed so well, everyone had fun. It was, Kiona said it, the best party of the summer, literally.
Best party of the summer.
Like,
Wow.
we just had such a good time. Like, it was just, I think the word to describe it was vibes. It was just straight vibes. And
yeah, all the
that's all I
videos.
wanted, honestly. That's all I wanted. That's all I was like hoping for. And that's what happened. So
yeah, it looked like nothing but good vibes. It's always a good time when friend groups can come together, link up, and celebrate. You know, it's always
John
a good
said
time.
to run it back. I'm never throwing a party again.
Y'all, this party must have been lit because y'all in my comments saying something. I know something. Elsie, I know something.
That's so funny because I will never do it again. I spent too much money, but it was worth it though. I'm gonna say
it looked like it. And I mean, you can get money back, but that time, you know, you can't get that back.
So. I definitely agree.
Absolutely. So, you know, that was your first event that you planned, right?
So that wasn't my first event I've ever planned, but that was my first official event with Luxuriously Curated as like the title. So I've been planning events for literally all my friends and family for the free for like years now, probably for like 4 or 5 years. But that was my first like official event under the business because I honestly never thought I was going to take the business, like the planning thing seriously. People kept telling me to. They said, like, you're so good at it, you need to make it official. And I was just like, no, I kind of just like having fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, I like planning events. Like, I'm very passionate about it. I like seeing people happy, all of that. So, yeah. So basically, that was the first official one.
So, you know, you've been planning events for a while now. Like you said, your people give you praise. You're really good at it. What made you want to take on your birthday, like as the first event with your business?
Okay, so it's so crazy because none of that was even planned. So I was supposed to have a birthday party for my 25th birthday party last year. And I had always said, like, I've never thrown myself a birthday party. So I always wanted to do that for my 25th. But last summer, I had moved to DC in June. My birthday was September. I was very much not financially like there to be having a whole birthday party. Right. So I always told all my friends, I said, you know what? We're going to run it back for 26. And I'm just going to pretend like it was the party for 25. So I started planning the party maybe like April. And this was like before I even thought I was going to take event planning seriously. So April comes, I'm starting to talk to like vendors. I'm starting to, you know, find a venue, like all this stuff, thinking of the theme, all this stuff. And then I was talking to one of my friends and I was telling them how like, I feel like I kind of want to take this event planning seriously because I'm just like, I've always wanted to have a business, but I never knew what business I wanted, but why not do a business with the hobby I've been doing? You know what I mean? Right. And I remember he told me like, he's like, yo, just do it. Like you can do it. You have a lot of friends and family to support you. Like just do it, like take it seriously and do it. And then I also wanted to do it correctly as well. Cause you know, like a lot of people just do things and you know, it might not be the best way. So for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to make this like official and get certified because yes, I'm good at it, but there's actually a lot of things I learned in my program that I literally would have never known if I didn't do that program. So
you took a class for this?
Yeah, no, I got certified. Like I did a program. So I started the program in like July. Once I officially decided I wanted to take the event planning seriously, I started a program in July. It was self-paced. So I told myself like, all right, Elsie, like you're going to finish this by your birthday. You're going to launch your business and you're going to have your party. Like that was like my strategic plan. So, and it was really hard because like, it was summertime, like we outside.
It's so easy to kick it, right?
Yeah, so it was hard, but I really had this goal in mind. So I really stayed focused. Like any chance I got, like after work, on my second job, like wherever I was, I would just be working on this program, like just like reading the stuff, you know, learning. And I learned so much. Like there's things about event planning that people don't even think about. Like there's like certain chairs you can't use for certain events. There's like such specific things that I'm just like, you know, so I'm working on this program and I didn't tell anybody about it because the thing was, personally for me, like if I say I'm going to do something, it does get done. But I also wanted to be like, I know for myself, like I'm going to do it first before I just start like saying a bunch of stuff. Because also I was thinking, I was like, okay, so what happens if I tell everybody like, oh yeah, I'm doing this and I don't even do it by the time my birthday comes around? So I did it in silence, and I will drop the program in the chat. Okay,
Yes,
so
please.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I did the program, finished it. I think I finished it like September 10th, and then they said they were gonna mail me my certificate. So I was praying my certificate was gonna come in time before my photo shoot for my birthday, which is when I was gonna like present the certificate. Like, I don't know, like if you saw the reel I had.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I had all that planned out, like how I was gonna like present it, everything. So the certificate came literally like 3 days prior to my photo shoot. It was so crazy. And it all just worked out. Honestly, like I just give it all up to God, because when I tell you, like, he's given me so much strength through everything, even like just being out here by myself and all that, like, I just thank him for everything. So
I love that. And like somebody said, I love hearing the backstory because, from the outside looking in, seeing you on Instagram, like I would have not thought any of that. Like I didn't even know you had a second job, because I mean, it looks like you are having a really good time. Like it looks like you're having fun.
I definitely I balance it all. That's just, I mean, like you got to do what you got to do. So
you got to do what you got to do. And I love the fact that you grinded in silence. I mean, that was your goal. Some things I'm real big on, like keeping your blessings to yourself. And that's yours. That's something you carry. And when it's time to reveal that, that's when you reveal it. So
yeah, like even my closest friends, they know until my certificate came. And I was like, oh yeah, guys, by the way. And they're like, oh my God, finally.
I love it.
Because they've been telling me to do it. I love
that. Come on. Yes, grind. It's the grind for me. It is the grind. Wait, did you freeze? Oh, okay. She back.
Sorry. I don't know what happens to my phone.
No, you're good, girl. So were you ever like nervous? Because I mean, not only is this the first event under your business, this is your birthday. So like, if something went wrong, what were you thinking?
Listen, when I tell you that day, like the day of my party, between Crystal, Jada, Fiona, everybody, they were like, Elsie, don't call us, don't ask us nothing. Stay at home, get ready, and let us handle it. Because I was freaking out. I was like,
they helped you?
Girl, yes. That day, anything, like my friends, like, God bless them, because when I tell you that day, I would have been stressed. Like they helped the girls set up the food, like the bartender, everything. I didn't do anything. Like they literally told me, like, you're not doing anything that day. Mind you, I'm kind of like a control freak. So I'm calling them like, so what's going on?
That's me.
And God was like, don't call my phone.
That sounds right too.
So it was just, but honestly, it was nice because that day I really did need to just have fun and just not worry about it, because I had been planning the whole thing, by myself. So it was just kind of like, okay, like that day, let the people who love you take care of it. So I was definitely nervous because, I was like, I knew I was going to promote it as my first LC event, like luxury curated. So I was nervous for like everything to go well. But honestly, everything went really well. Like I was kind of surprised at the turnout. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. And I mean, I love the fact that you have that support. I mean, that means everything when, especially being a new business owner, I mean, it just means everything in life, to be honest, to have that support and people to lean on. So shout out to your friends.
I know, shout out to them for real. Like literally after, I was like, oh my God, thank you guys so much. Because I don't know what I would have did without y'all. Like they are some real friends, for real.
They are. And I mean, I know I don't know them all because you have a big friend group and I love that too. But the ones that I do know, y'all been tight ever since I met y'all all on the bricks at OU. So real tight. That's what real friendship is all about, honey.
Yeah, definitely.
So is there anything you feel like you would have done differently?
Honestly, no, because even the things that did go wrong, like, I mean, obviously there's going to be stuff that go wrong, but even the things that did go wrong were like beyond our control. So at that point, it was just like, you know what, just let it happen, let go and let God, and just, whatever happens at that point. So I don't think I would have changed anything. I think everything went really well overall. Like everybody had fun. They loved the photo booth, 360. The bartender was good. The DJ was bomb. So yeah, honestly, I don't think I would change anything, honestly.
Everything came out exactly how you wanted it.
Yeah, honestly, it exceeded my expectations.
Wow, that's awesome. And congratulations, that first event being of many being under your business. And we're going to get into the business here in a second. But, for my podcast, I always like to take it back to the bricks.
Of course.
and talk about when we met. So, I've known you for a little bit, meeting you at OU. And I remember you like the turn up girl. You was the turn up girl. But just as much as I saw you on court, I saw you at the library and I saw you in your books. So just talk about, your background at OU and what you majored in.
So OU, I majored in biological sciences because I thought I was going to be a dentist. That did not happen, obviously. So basically, I did graduate with that major, but I always kind of knew I wasn't going to do anything with it. But I was trying to figure out what in healthcare I did want to do with it. So then once I figured that out, I got my master's in healthcare management because I realized I didn't want to be on the front lines and touching people and all that nasty blood stuff. So I wanted to do the administrative stuff, the budgeting, running the business. I always felt like I was a natural born leader. So it just fit me.
Yes. It was there a moment where you remember okay, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to finish this, but this is not what I'm going to be doing.
Oh yeah, I think junior, senior year, I knew I was I'm not going to do anything with this degree, pertaining to biology. I already knew I was not going to do anything with it, but I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And I actually, like I said, God always comes through because I encountered mentors in the most random and weird ways. And they're kind of the ones that helped me choose that path of healthcare management. So shout out to them.
Yes, name a couple of them on the live.
Well, they're not on the lot. Well, I don't know, maybe they are, but so one of the mentors I had, his name was Anthony Nixon, and I met him actually because of the Blackburn Spencer pageant at school. Right, I guess okay, so I was a judge for the Blackburn Spencer pageant, I think sophomore year or junior year or something like that. And one of the judges was his cousin or something. And I was kind of just telling her about how I'm trying to transition out of biology and stuff. And I don't know what to do after I graduate. And then she connected me with him. He got his master's in public health. So he would talk to me about that. He revamped my resume, just things like that. And then my senior year, I did work study at Ohio Health in Athens. And I met the administrative something, I forget her title, Carrie, what was her name. So I met her and I'm telling her about what I'm trying to do, about how I've been talking to this man who told me to go into healthcare management. And she was yes, definitely do it. She helped me or she had me shadow her to see what she would do throughout the day. So just things like that. I mean, I still keep in contact a little bit with them, but when I tell you it was just very random, and that's honestly how I ended up where I am today.
And those people be there at literally right place, right time. Nothing is an accident. So
no, it's not. And I always, I said, I always say when you pray about things, God is going to deliver it some way, somehow. So I just put it all up to him.
Amen. Well, I remember you in Club Alden, all hours of the night and of the morning, but you still managed to have fun. I remember you at almost every.
No, me and Jada were crazy.
So how did you balance that? Do you remember how you balanced that?
I think I do. Okay, so first of all, one thing about Jada is when it comes to school, it's school. And when it comes to fun, it's fun. She's the type okay, we're going to study for 3 hours and then we're going to leave the library, go to the bar, come back and study again all night. And I was you're crazy. But she would make sure we did it. The one thing about Jada was when it came to books, it was not a joke. So she was really a big help for me because we were always together, as you know. So no, literally. So that balance, just having someone help you to balance, that was very helpful. Because if it were up to me, I probably would have stayed at the bars and been honestly, I'm gonna go sleep. So and then I also think too, another thing that me and her used to do was reward ourselves. So we would study and then go get food and a drink and come back and study oh yeah, that's our reward for studying. So that's really how we balanced it. But I will say it was hard at times because OU was a very lit place and it was fun.
Yes,
So,
it's so
you know,
fun.
it was definitely hard to balance at times, but I think having that friend that we held each other like accountable all the time. So that was helpful.
Yes, go best friend. Okay. Freaking Frag Court Street champ, like just like her bestie. I mean, Jada in her books just as much as I saw her in the bars. I don't know if
Yeah,
she's doing
for
that no
sure.
more, Dr. Bay.
Dr. Bay.
Dr. Bay, but very proud of the both of y'all. I mean, y'all both did very well at OU.
Thank
And
you.
just kind of talk about that balance in life, like knowing when to work is work and then fun is fun, you know?
Yeah, I think honestly, OU is the reason why I can balance everything today. I'm not gonna lie to you, because if you think about it, like we would be in like 5 classes, 3 orgs, working, and then still going out. Like it was actually like crazy when you think about it. But honestly, now I'm like, there's nothing I can't do. I can literally balance everything. So even now that I was like working 2 jobs, doing my master's and all that stuff, it's like that was nothing to me because that's what we did at OU. So it definitely helped just having that lifestyle. And I think it's made all of us just well-rounded people in general.
Yeah, that was definitely a part of the culture. And I think, like you said, even going into adult life now, like I know, well, most of the time when I know how to cut that work off, I know when to have fun, like, and I'm not thinking about work.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that did originate at OU.
No, it did. It definitely did, because if it wasn't for OU, I don't think I would be able to handle all the things I can handle. Like I feel like we're superhuman.
No, seriously, we're different. We're different. Hey,
No, OU
like,
people different for real. Because
for real.
it don't even make
If you
sense.
know, you know.
If you know, you know. Shout out to everybody from OU on the live.
Okay, all my Bobcats, especially my Black Bobcats, love y'all down. So you got to tell me, what is one of your favorite OU moments?
Oh Lord, there's too many, but honestly, okay, I'm gonna pick the top 2. So the first one, I'll say when OMSAR took us to Jamaica for like a community service trip. That was so fun. Like it was supposed to be a community service trip, but we had a great time. Like it didn't even make sense.
Everybody I know that went on that trip loved that trip.
No, Jamaica is a vibe. Like I have to go back. Like it reminded me of home, to be honest, like in terms of Ghana. Like it's like a mini Ghana to me. So I had a great time. It was a lot of great times on there. I think the second favorite memory, I would have to say I don't know if it was my junior or not, but my 20th birthday party, Jada, bestie boo, she threw me a surprise party. I don't know if you were there, Bam. I don't think you were. Maybe
I don't think so. I missed all the invites. It's cool though.
Did. Yeah.
Whatever.
So Jada threw me a surprise party at her apartment in Rivergate, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing about me is anybody who knows me knows I'm very easy to surprise. Like I don't know, things just be going over my head. I don't be people when people are acting weird. Like I had no idea. Like I really had no idea. And I remember like she had told me to come over for something, like we were about to go somewhere. I don't even know. And so I get there and like they open the door and like half of Black OU's in there. And I literally like I was like, oh my God. And I literally started running away. Like I ran down the hall.
Where were you going, friend?
I ran down the hallway because I was just so shocked. Like I was not expecting it. And then I remember Shayana starts chasing me down the hallway, like, come back. And I was like,
not you ran away, friend.
No, I literally ran away and they had to drag me back. I was like, oh my God, I've never had a surprise party. It was cute. So shout out to Jada and everybody who planned it.
Yes, and shout out to your friends. Super cute. It looks like Imani remembers.
Yes. Oh my God. because why didn't Irene post the picture of herself on IG and she gonna put happy birthday Elsie?
Why she do that?
Like Irene is fine because we're just like, what? I'm not even in the picture.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Diary. Love you, girl. She's not on the live, hilarious. But that's our girl. Well, I don't know if she is or not. Diary, if you are, go ahead and put something in the comments for us. And why did you do that? Well, we had a great time. OU was definitely a time. And if you know, you know. But what did life look like for you after college? What were you doing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Life after college was a little bit rough. I even did a segment with someone about post-grad depression because it's
It's a
real.
thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, after college, I mean, it's more of just like living on campus around all your friends. Everyone's a walking distance away, and then you all move back home. Like some people live like across the states, and
Yes.
like it was very depressing. And on top of that, too, for me personally, when I went back home to Columbus, I had to kind of reconnect with all my old friends that I maybe kind of like wasn't as close with anymore. So it was hard doing that. It was hard to live with my parents again because it's like you've been gone for so long, and now they asking you what time you coming home. You like, what do you mean?
That question, where you going? Like that just like does something to me.
No,
Like, what do you
literally, I was
mean?
just like, you haven't known where I was going for 4 years. Why you?
Right.
But anyway, and then I was also on the job hunt. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go straight into doing my master's or work a little bit. But what I ended up doing was I did take a break to just work, I think for like 4 or 5 months before I started my master's. So it was definitely a little bit rough. It was definitely like an adjustment, but it's all part of the journey.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you'll get through it. Life does life. So
Yeah.
what is your best advice for people that making transitions like that, from college to adult life?
Even my brother now, he's about to go through that. And I was telling him, I said, just take your time. Like the thing about Black parents, African parents is they don't want to see you sitting at home even for 1 second. Like, it's like, what are you doing? What's next? But it's like,
Right.
you just went through 4 years of college and school is not easy. Like sometimes you really just need a break. Like I told my dad, I was like, I have a game plan, but you just got to give me time to do it. Like I will figure it out. Just trust me. So being at home for those like 4 months where like I was like working, but I wasn't really like, I don't know, like they just didn't really know what I was doing next. It was hard because they're always asking me, they're like on me. And I was just like, guys, like you gotta trust me, like I will be able to get it together. So I know they're really proud now, obviously, but I think just giving yourself time and just being vocal to your parents that, I'm gonna get things done, but just give me some time to figure it out. Because honestly, we go to college at 18. Like that's not an age that we know what we're doing at all. And we graduate at what, 21? That's not an age that you know what you're doing at all. So you just gotta give yourself some time. So that's my advice to people going through that.
That's some great advice. And like you said, I mean, literally from like ages 5 until
even now,
whenever you graduate, that's all we know is school. Like you do need that life break to just sit down and just gather.
Yeah. So even during my break, I think that's the time I took a trip with Jada to Curacao. And I remember my dad's like, you're taking trips, but you don't know what and I'm like, yo.
Relax, Pops, relax.
I know he's so proud now, but back then, oh Lord, it was too much pressure.
You were stressed. He was stressing you.
Yeah, it was very, my parents were definitely stressing me out, but all good.
Yeah, we're here now. We're here now, right? I love that. And so you're DC or Maryland? Where are you at?
Yeah, so I live in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is like 20 minutes from DC, but the whole area is DMV area. Like you can go across the whole DMV in like 45 minutes.
Got you. So what made you want to pack up and move there?
Oh, Lord. Okay. So it's so crazy because there's like so much to this story that a lot of people don't know. And like it's kind of like a testimony to God and everything, but to kind of sum things up, because I guess this is my time to tell the story.
Yeah, let me hear it.
So my cousin moved to DC maybe like 7 years ago, my cousin Dominic, and I would come visit him. I really liked it here, you know what I mean? I always knew I was never going to stay in Columbus per se. I just didn't know exactly where I was going to move to. So I would come visit him. Like I thought it was nice here. So I was like, oh, okay, like DC seems cool, So I remember 2019, when I graduated and I was transitioning to do my master's, I started to look at online master's programs. And because I was working full time, so I knew like I would need like something that's online most likely. So I'm looking at like the best, like the top 10 programs for healthcare, like administration, blah, blah. And I came across George Washington in DC. So I'm looking at their online master's program. And the thing that first drew my eye was that it was like a hybrid program. So it was online, but every month they would like bring us out here to do like conferences, networking, meet our classmates. And I was like, oh, like I've always wanted to go back to DC. Like I'm gonna apply to this program. So that was, I kid you not, the only master's program I applied to. I literally said, like, if I don't get into George Washington, I'm just gonna go to like Franklin or Ohio State or something and just call it a day. So I applied to George Washington. Mind you, my GPA at OU was not even that great. Like I graduated with maybe like a 3.1. And you know, with like these grad programs, they want like a 3.5 or up, et cetera. So when I tell you, I worked so hard on my like essay, my references, because I was just like, I have to get into the school. Like there's no way I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Right.
So I only applied there. Found out I got in. I think it was maybe, I don't even remember when I found out I got in. But also at the time, Crystal had just graduated and me and her had planned to live together in Columbus. Right. So at the same time of me like applying to grad school, I'm transitioning into like moving in with Crystal. We got our apartment, all this stuff. So it's probably like May 2021. I got in, or, I mean, no, May 2019, my bad. I got into my master's program. I was starting in June. And I remember this so well, like Crystal can literally tell y'all, like I literally said to Crystal, I said, Crystal, we're gonna live here for 2 years. And when I graduate May 2021, I'm moving to DC. Like that's it. And that's literally what I said. Wow. So I remember like even everyone on this live can testify, like I would not stop talking about DC. I was like, yeah, I'm going to move to DC. I'm going to do this, DC.
I knew it wasn't
like,
a secret.
Literally, like I was telling all my friends and I feel like half of them didn't even really like believe me. And honestly, I didn't really even believe myself, to be honest. I was just saying it because it sounded good. So I remember, so I'm going through my master's program. So fast forward to, let's say like January of 2021, right? So I start applying to jobs in DC because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is the time to, you know, start applying if I'm trying to move by the time I graduate in May.
Putting that in motion.
So I'm applying to jobs in DC. Bam, when I tell you I applied to over like 100 jobs, I was not hearing back. I was not hearing back. Like the months just kept going. I was not hearing back. It was just like, okay, this is getting a little critical. So, So literally, I remember March 2021, right? Okay, so me and Crystal's lease ended May 31st of 2021. I was supposed to graduate May 15th of 2021, right? Okay, cool. So this is March of 2021. So 2 months until I graduate and then our lease is up. And our apartment is like, oh, we have to give a 60-day notice if we're gonna move out or stay. So me and Crystal are just sitting there looking at each other like, so haven't heard back from jobs. Are we gonna stay? Are we gonna move? And you know what I told her? I said, you know what? Let's put in the 60-day notice. I was like, God has brought me this far. He's not gonna fail me. So let's do it. So we put in our 60-day notice, March 2021, mind you, still haven't heard back. So now it's April 2021, still haven't heard back. No, like it's literally like, and when I tell you in April, everyone was stressed for me. Like Crystal was stressed, my dad was stressed, like everybody was stressed because at the time my dad was transitioning between places too. And then my mom had just moved to Ghana and my brother and my 2 cousins were also living with my dad. So there just like wasn't space there for me either. You know what I mean?
So you couldn't go home.
I couldn't go home. So my dad is like, do you want me to ask your aunts if you can stay with them, blah, blah. Crystal's like, Elsie, like I'm about to start looking for apartments because Crystal needed to find a place for herself. You know what I mean? So she's like, do you want me to look for a 2-bedroom? And I was like, I don't know why y'all stressing. I was like, Crystal, go find the apartment you want to find. I was like, I know God did not bring me this far just to have me be homeless. And like everybody's stressing. I'm just like, y'all need to stop worrying. Like it's April. I know it's grind time, but listen, like
so
it's gonna
everybody else is stressed.
Everybody's stressed. I'm just like, I don't think I'll be homeless, honestly. So Crystal went and signed her lease and everything to move into her place May 15th. So she was good to go. I'm the one that was still just like, okay, like I don't know what's really going on. So I want to say it was so I did a interview for the Montgomery County government here, like early April, I want to say.
Okay.
And then towards the end of April, I did a second one, right? So that was the one job like I was waiting to hear back from, you know what I mean? And that was kind of like the end all be all at that point. So I'll never forget this day because literally like I just remember it so well. Like it was May 1st, 2021. I remember, like, I'll never forget this day. It was May 1st, 2021. And I woke up and I was like, I'm going to say a prayer today because it's May 1st. My lease is up May 31st. Like, God, you got to come through for me. So I remember I said a prayer. I said, God, like, if it is really your will for me to be in DC, like, if I'm really meant to be there, like, if that's my purpose, like, this week, like, let me hear some good news. And bam, I kid you not, like, I'm not trying to be funny. 10 minutes later, I got the call from the county government that I got the job and that they wanted me to start June 1st. So I had less than a month to move. Literally, like, when I tell you me and Crystal was in the house, like,
wow, that literally like gives me chills. Like,
no, I called my dad and he was just like, what? And I was just like, bruh.
Come on, God. Come on.
Listen, so when I tell you, like, I don't play about God, because I was just like, none of that is a coincidence. Like, it's just like what's meant to be for you is meant to be for you. So I got the job offer May 1st. May 15th, I graduated from my master's program. May 31st, we celebrated Crystal's birthday. And June 1st, I moved.
Wow. Yeah. That is an insane timeline, but a blessing. To say the least. Like, I'm so happy for you. And God, that just shows like God is going to be on time every single time. Like, when you think stuff is not working, you weren't stressing. So I mean, I think that's amazing that you weren't
I'm even shocked I wasn't stressing because I'm the type of person to stress. Like, I'm definitely like a little bit of a stressor, but I don't show it like outwardly, but internally I stress. So when I wasn't stressing, I was kind of like shocked at myself. I was a little bit creeped out actually. So I'm like, why are you not stressed that you're about to be homeless in like 2 weeks?
But we're not supposed to do that though. We are not supposed to lean on our own understanding, period.
Yeah. So that's how I know that I'm truly meant to be here. And that's why, like, when people ask me why I moved here, I'm like, honestly, I don't even have an answer for you, but I just know I'm supposed to be here because that's what happened. So
what is it? If Fresco Poppy, you might have to hire him.
I know, right? No, I do not stress when it comes to planning events, just when it comes to me.
Because he has been dropping the blimps off.
Shout out to Fresco Poppy because he helped me with my website. So
shout out to you.
Hit him up for website needs for sure.
For sure. Yes, Fresco Poppy, definitely. Y'all heard that. But no, for real, friend, that is awesome. And I mean, it looks like you're having a blast down there. You're flourishing. Your business is flourishing. I mean, it's here. Let's talk about what you offer, what services you offer, and first off, where'd you even get the name?
Okay. So excited to tell the story. So as you maybe know, like, I feel like you might know this because I feel like it's kind of obvious, but maybe not. So everybody, because my name is Elsie, so everybody literally calls me like Elsie. Like, that's my name in their phone. Like, when people are lazy to type out my name, they just be like Elsie. So even when, I like originally was trying to start like a lash business and I was going to call it Elsie Winks. But like I said, God is always on time. The lash business was not working. Like, when I tell you, I have bought the lashes, I did the packaging, everything, I was ready to go. I did a photo shoot for it. The photographer somehow lost the photos. Like, no one knows how. The vendor that I even got the lashes from, they disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, till this day, I don't know where they are. So when that happened, that's really what kind of told me, like, you know what, like, this may not be my calling or my purpose. I need to like dive into like what's actually my purpose. So when I had the LC Winks, I was like, oh, okay, like, if I'm gonna like transition to my event planning, I want to keep the LC. But then I was like, okay, so what's a good name for like LC that has to do with event planning? And I was like, okay, like, you know, the type of girl I am, you know, I like luxury, I like nice things, I like attention to detail, you know. So I was like, all right, like, I want the L to be luxury, luxuriously. And then I was like, okay, so for the C, So at first I was gonna say coordinated. And I was like, no, that's too basic. I was like, no, I need something that just like sounds rich. So after some searching on thesaurus.com, I saw that another word for coordinated that sounded better was curated. So I was like,
Come on,
okay,
synonym.
I was like, okay, like it flows real nice. It was like
Yes.
luxuriously curated events, LC events.
I can tell that you enjoyed that. I can tell you
Listen,
enjoyed coming up
and
with
it's
your
so
business
crazy because
name.
I was just like, I don't even know how that came to me, but it did. So
And
here
it's
we
cute.
are.
It's a cute play on your name. It's obviously what you stand for, luxury, putting on luxury events.
Yeah.
What happened to the lashes though? What happened to that packaging?
So I gave it out to all my friends when they came for my birthday. But I actually have one here. I can show y'all actually. I have literally one here. It was actually really cute. Like it would have been cute, but you know, it just wasn't like
Wow, that is cute.
it was cute. Elsie Winks. But you know, gave it out.
I knew I should have came to that party. It's all
Girl,
right.
I can mail you some. I'll mail you some because I still have a couple lashes. But
Thanks, girl. Yeah, we'll chat
like,
offline.
Yeah.
We'll chat. But so, you came up with the name. What does your business stand for? What is your goal?
So honestly, like with the event planning, eventually, if it really takes off and booms, like that's what I want to do full time. Like that's truly my passion. Like I've been doing event planning for fun. So now that it's a business, like I want to incorporate my passion into that as well. So if it really takes off, like I would not have a problem with never working for corporate America again and just doing this because I actually enjoy doing it. Like that's something I would wake up and want to do every day. So, and then on top of that too, like LC events, like we're just all about the detail. We're all about, fulfilling your vision and just like bringing your vision to life. And literally, the way I plan my events is I plan it the way that I would want it to be planned if it were me. You know what I mean? Like someone who, pays attention to detail, thinks outside the box, like looks at every aspect, plans for the worst, the best, like that's literally what I do when I plan these events. And all my friends who have had events through me can testify that, I prepare for everything and I like communicate everything to you. I over communicate to make sure that you know what's going on. And I just really want people to trust me. And so I just make sure that I'm treating you the way I would want to be treated. So
yes,
that is LC Events for you. We do full event planning. So that's planning the event from start to finish, as well as being there on that day to coordinate. We do partial planning, meaning like if you already started your planning, but kind of need help finding like vendors, invitations, things like that. I'll help you through that part. And then also coordinate that day as well. And then the last package is just the day of coordination. So for example, like you have your whole event plan, maybe it's like a small scale event, but then that day you just don't want to think about anything at all. That's where I come in. I come in there, I run the show and you relax. So
yes, giving experience, luxury, details, all that.
Period.
All that. Jada said she hasn't planned a thing since 2014.
No, she hasn't.
Right.
No, Jada, we're just not gonna talk about her. When I tell you that girl is literally like, Elsie, can you just find it for me? I'm like, it could literally be brunch. So I'm like, Jada, you live in New York. I don't. She's like, yeah, but you're better at finding stuff.
No, that sounds just like her too. That is funny. You're like, yeah, no, that's really her.
Yeah, that's literally her. So
now, are you mobile?
Yes, so I am. So like I kind of made my thing where even though I live here, I would do like Ohio events, New York events, even Ghana events, honestly, because now that we're in this virtual kind of world, it's a lot easier to kind of plan things virtually. Also, I am willing to travel because I love traveling. And then lastly, the program I actually did, it was such a great program that, they gave me a vendor list of like all the vendors in the United States. Like, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but this is like vendors that are registered with like an LLC. So they have that, but like the people maybe like on Instagram and stuff who don't have the LLC, then it wouldn't be on there. But I know those people like personally. So if I wanted to use them, that's cool. But no, I literally have like a 30-page sheet of like vendors from all the US, even Canada, I think is on there.
What a resource. Wow.
Let me know, y'all. I got the plug.
It's holiday season, y'all. So I mean, party planning is only right. You know, get your holiday party, your friends giving,
Yep.
all
And
of that
then
stuff.
one tip too is if you plan to have an event next summer, you need to start planning it by January at the latest. So
Okay.
let you know. But if it's a wedding, then it needs to be a year in advance. Just some tips for you guys.
Gotcha. No, those are some great tips. So I mean, if y'all want y'all party to look as lit as Elsie's party was, highly recommend. Get on her appointment, get on her schedule, book with her. And what promo? Because I saw you got some promos running.
Yeah, so this month I'm running back the free consults for the month of November. So that's my promo for this month. If you go on my website and hit the contact button, put your inquiry in, and then we can have a free little 30-minute consultation, talk about your event, and go from there. So hopefully you guys can get on the website.
Y'all heard that. It's free, okay? Y'all can't get no better than that. Go at least have a conversation, what you want your
Literally.
vision to look like.
And if you decide you don't want to do your event, that's fine, but it's free, so do it.
A conversation can't hurt, it never hurts.
Yeah.
So what challenges have you ran into, you know, being a new business owner?
So it's only been a month. So I think so far I've just been kind of enjoying it.
Right.
I was doing my site, so I was kind of just enjoying doing that. But I think the challenges I have ran into is just getting people engaged and getting myself out there. Because there is a lot of event planners everywhere. Even in the DMV, there's a lot of them. So just kind of like figuring out how to set myself apart and figuring out how to let people know that like I do have the experience, even though I'm new to actually making the business, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then on top of that too, some people too. So for example, I had a inquiry, I think maybe like a couple weeks ago, and she wanted to meet with me about her wedding. So we scheduled a Zoom, all of that. And then it came time to get on the Zoom. I was all dressed. I was looking cute, everything. I had my glasses on. I was ready. And she never came on the Zoom. And I emailed her. I texted her. She literally never responded. Wow. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like if you didn't want to do it, you could have just said that.
Be feeling that, like you could have just said that.
I was like, I would not have been offended, but she literally ghosted me. Like till this day, I don't know what happened to that lady. But honestly, I think it's all a learning experience. And I wasn't offended. I wasn't mad. I wasn't upset because I'm just like, there's going to be so much more events. Like summer's coming, the holidays are coming. So I know my time is going to come. And my dad actually called me yesterday, and he doesn't even know about this live or anything, but he called me yesterday randomly. And then he was asking me like about the business. And I was like, oh, like, you know, it's like slow now, but like it's going. And he said, the type of person you are, I know that this event planning is going to take off and you're going to be a millionaire. Like that's literally what he said. And I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. So it's just, I mean, it's nice having people who like believe in me. I feel like sometimes my parents think I just go through stages, but I think they're starting to realize that everything I do is for a purpose and very purposeful. Yes. So they're starting to believe in me and what I do. And just because at first, even with like my master's and stuff, they were just like, why don't you just be a doctor or like a nurse? And now they see like, okay, like there's more to life than just like doctor and nurse. And so they're definitely starting to realize that no matter what I do, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to be okay. So
come on, you better talk your ish, girl. But no, for real, like that is a great attitude to have. I mean, literally whatever you put your hands on is going to come to fruition. You're going to be fine. Yeah. And I just pray that this really does take off for you. It is going to take off for you. I'm excited.
Amen. I pray to God every day about it. So I just know, I mean, God don't play about us. So just.
And never did.
Yeah.
Never did. So give us some advice before we get into our final segment, Give Them Their Flowers. Give some advice to new business owners. And I know you're fresh in your business still, but when it comes to planning and just making your business come to life, what is your advice?
I would say just don't be afraid to do it. I mean, for me, I feel like my biggest fear was like, am I going to get the support? Is it going to take off? Is this, is that? But if you never do it, you'll never know. And just keep at it. Because it's going to start off slow at first. Like that's a given with any business. But just like keep going with your passion and remember why you did it. And I think everything will just fall into place. And then, of course, keep your faith in God, because one thing about God is if it's not meant to be, he's not going to let it be. Like my lashes, that flopped. And so I knew it was not meant to be. But with this, everything has just been like falling right into place. So I know it's meant to be.
Come on. Like he said, that is a word. That is some bag talk for you, honey, on a Bag Talk Tuesday. Love it. Well, before we get out of here, once again, your testimony has been amazing. Your whole journey just to where you are today has been so inspirational. Talk about the people that have supported you, loved you, this whole time. Give them their flowers.
Oh my gosh. Literally, there's too many people to count. But, I got to shout out, of course, Crystal, Fiona, Jada, Erica, Imani, Rico, Io, all the boys, Steven, Yemi, Sims, Amos, like everyone's been such a huge support. Even my newest friends who I met here, you would not believe how much they support me. And I just met them. Like
wow.
Cynthia, Amma, John, like there's just Vic, Aja. I don't even know if they're on the live, but everybody's just been such a support. Like, and sometimes I sit there and I'm like, I don't know what I did to deserve so much support and love, but like, because y'all love me, I will forever love y'all. And I don't play about my friends. Like when I'm rich and famous, the first thing I'm doing is cutting everybody a check because everybody got to eat.
Like, that's who you be friends with, but like, money aside, like it's all about loyalty.
And then like even my parents, my family members, like when I first launched the like event planning, they were very supportive. I mean, I got family like in New York that came down for my party. It's just so much love all around, and I love it. Like I love how people love me, and I love them.
Amen. So. Well, shout out to all Elsie's friends, family, colleagues, anybody that has supported her in this journey. Seriously, y'all, you could feel the love. Like I felt all of that.
Yeah.
So congrats to you, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, you got your promo. Is there anything else that we should be on the lookout for? Anything coming in the new year?
I don't know yet. I guess
okay.
I don't know. I'm just kind of taking it 1 month at a time, just really working on solidifying the business and just being the best event planner I can be. Because if it's one thing about me, I don't do things unless I'm going to do it right. So that's just where I'm at. So.
All right. Well, shout out your social media just so we can keep up with you.
Okay. So my event planning business is luxcure_events. And then the website is luxcureevents.com. Somebody want to drop it in the chat. And then my personal page obviously is love_L. And I really appreciate being on here and just talking about my journey. And thank you so much, Bam. Like, this was amazing. I'm really glad I got to talk about this. I had a lot.
You're welcome, girl. You are so welcome. Yes, friends, drop it in the chat. It's also going to be in the show notes, so don't worry because the comments don't come up on the live when you rewatch it. But make sure you share this live. This episode will be available as soon as we hop off the live. So be sure to share that with your friends, with your network. And Elsie, continue to inspire, babe. Seriously.
Thank you. No, Bam, your platform, like Crystal said, like this platform is amazing. Like showcasing Black businesses. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love what you're doing. And I actually got a couple of people I could send your way. So
send them, baby, because December's lineup, we already getting it in. So
okay, cool. So
send them to me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all. Kristen,
and thank you everybody. All those who have supported me. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so before we get off live, y'all got to shout out my sponsors, Columbus Black Mile. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all down. Thank y'all for giving me this platform. And make sure y'all tune in next week. We will have another new business. My girl, Tamika Williams, will be on here talking about her consulting business. So we got a lot of new businesses coming to the platform. Love to see it. And make sure, looks like voting is closed. So if you didn't vote, I'm going to talk about you. Okay. But tune in every Tuesday, y'all. Seriously, love y'all down for supporting the platform. Please follow, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Thank you.
All right, girl.
Everybody.
Good night, y'all. All right, Elsie girl, love you. I'll talk to you later.